What up? I'm back. I have no idea what today is. Let me look. It is the 19th of July. The 19th of fucking July, bro. Man. That's crazy, bro. It's been so crazy. Dude, but it's been fun, man. It's been real. It's been pretty legit. Like, it's actually, man, I feel like it's almost like it's fake, man. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't seem real. Like, I was kind of off today, but not really. Like, I had to learn some lessons today. Like, just stepping in my power and understanding like what my worth is, what my time is, and continuing to understand like everything you did before was for a reason, and that reason is done. Like, that reason, that season is done. It's there for a reason, and it's knowledge for something, obviously, in the future. To do something for 35 years and then not use it again would be a waste. And I know that everything that I've done in my life is not a waste, because otherwise I wouldn't have done it. And it's kind of hard to explain, other than the fact that I'm starting to understand that possibly I've planned everything out to a T. Who knows if this is real or not? But based on what I feel like there's zero coincidences. And based on my life now, based on me living this way for a year and a half, none of this stuff that is a coincidence. None of it. It all happened exactly for a reason. And I mean, just with that little bit of data, you know, whether there's someone pulling the strings, making things go, I do know that no one controls Cody. I do know this much. I do know for a fact that I'm choosing everything that I'm doing. Either I'm choosing to go with my feelings, or I'm choosing to go with my logic, or it doesn't matter. No one's in control of me. No one's ever been in control of me for the last year and a half, really. I may have been manipulated. I may have programming done to me so I do and act a certain way, or I lean towards something. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm making every choice for myself. I'm putting my shoes on. I'm putting my socks on. I'm putting my underwear on. I'm putting pants on. No one's doing that for me. If I look somewhere, I'm choosing to look that direction. Yes, there could be a beautiful woman that walks in, but I'm still choosing to look that way. Maybe I'm drawn, but I am still in control. And it's super weird to just understand and to look at only the information from a year and a half ago and understand that, like, when I went to therapy, I chose to go. I was sitting in my room going, man, Cody, you need some freaking help, bro. Like, you need help. Get on the computer, like, instantly start emailing every therapist within, in the area that I'm at. Like, next morning, freaking, I don't even know if I slept that much or not, but next morning, freaking out the door, like, driving, physically just driving to places that I emailed. Driving, trying to find all these therapist places. Some of them are closed. Some of them have moved. And I finally pull into one right down the road from me. I walk in there, and for me, it was a woman that I met, and she was black. Which to everybody else, it means nothing. But to me, it's a big deal. Because number one, I had identity issues. I've had identity issues since I was little. Raised with a white mom, raised in a world with white people, and I was obviously different, the literal black sheep. I didn't want to be black. I wanted to be white. And some people may twist this, who knows. But if you understand the little kid growing up, he wants to be like his mother. And so whatever, I walked in there, me and her talk. She's like, I can see you. I was like, boom, fine. In my head, I knew that I was killing two birds with one stone. Number one, I was going to get help, which I'd never asked for. Number two, well, there's three things. Three, it was a woman. And I didn't want a man to be in therapy over me because I have an issue with men based on my dad. And I hate authority. But then at the same time, I always technically used to give or allow women to control. Or at least I think so. I don't know. I still did what I wanted. But I was kind of tainted in that area. Just because I surrendered to my mother. So I was used to having someone having a little bit of control. Even if I fought it and didn't want to do it. I mean, it's just kind of the way it was. And then she was black. And so in my head, I'm going, first of all, I don't know much about other races. I tried to not be considered, black or Mexican or Hispanic, because I'm neither of those things. And people's, call me kinfolk. I don't even know what that means. People think I'm black. People think I'm Mexican. People speak Spanish to me. It happened to me today multiple times. Dude, you don't speak Spanish? I was like, no, I don't speak Spanish, man. It's like, where you from? I'm like, I'm from Belize. It's like, you don't speak Spanish? I was like, no, man. I was adopted when I was a baby. So they spoke English. And that, I kind of, I still have some issues with it. Mostly because, I speak English. And I refused to speak Spanish growing up because I didn't want to be Spanish. I didn't want to be Mexican. And so all this stuff is me having to go through and shatter all kinds of stuff. But whatever. But so, in my head, I was like, she's a woman, and she's black. I'm kind of just stepping into a world that I would never do. And this whole journey, for me, it's been crazy. It's been me testing my, all my boundaries the whole time. Every kind of insecurity that I had to face it. Every single time. And then I went to group therapy later, and it was a man. And in my head, I was like, whatever. I'm going to at least let this power demographic happen, because I need to just be open to things that I was afraid of or trying to stay away from. I know I can handle myself in every situation, and it doesn't really matter because it's just a game at the end of the day, and it's just me trying to become better and be a better me. So that was a man, which whatever, he was, I don't know, man, something about that dude, but I don't know what it is. I mean, I do know what it is, but I'm not gonna talk about it. So I always know. But whatever. It's just me testing myself, and but now I'm understanding that everything that I did, and I did the same thing. I emailed him, boom, next day, going to group therapy. Because I needed, and that part it was I was in therapy for a little bit, and then I was like, you know what? I need to see that there's other human beings going through the same stuff I'm going through. And I kind of told him a little bit what I was going through, and he was like, well, it's not exactly like everybody else in the group therapy, but it kind of is. And, when I started going group therapy, I started to understand, all these people dealing with the same thing. At the end of the day, it has to do with self-worth issues and feeling alone. At the very root of it. And some of it, whatever, some other stuff, some deeper, darker stuff. And, but that's it. And I just understood that, boom, I just started watching myself, everything that's happening, meeting certain people that I was connected with through somebody else. Just all these weird connections, all the people coming back into my life, or meeting new people that were connected to other people. And I'm understanding, dude, none of this stuff makes sense. Because it actually makes so much sense that it doesn't make any sense. Why am I meeting these people? Why do I need these people in these moments that I didn't think I would need anyone in? Whether it was just a talk, a glance, just a new friendship, just mirrors of me. And I started to understand, dude, this stuff is crazy. Meeting human beings that are exactly like me, think exactly the way I do, and then I end up talking to them for 2 or 3 hours and maybe never see them again. And but this is over the last year and a half. That's been my journey, is walking around this world, controlling everything I'm doing, choosing everything I'm doing based on my feelings or logic. And lately it's just been feelings, and probably for the last 6 months it's been feelings. Just kind of living in those. And just understanding, like, dude, this has been a crazy journey. And everything happened exactly the way it was supposed to. Everything. And I'm not sure of the future. But I do know everything happened exactly the way it was supposed to. And I have to be okay with that. Because it was rough. Dude, it was so rough, man. Most embarrassing stuff ever. Most triggering stuff ever. And dude, so many self-worth issues. So many. But the issue was, like, every time I faced adversity, every time I faced something that would trigger old Cody, new Cody would pull and say, that stuff's fake, dude. That's all the past. That's all programming. Fix it. It's that simple. Do the act and fix it. And once you understand that doing the act and fixing it is that easy, you're done. And then the next comes, and the next comes. And it takes people to grow. It takes outside sources and influences to grow. And I know that. I've known that since its beginning. And I know that I can only grow so much by giving myself time. But it does work. It does work. And you have to do it because, like, this stage is me loving myself. This stage, the talking every day, is me giving myself time, listening to what I'm saying, defragmenting everything, building up, breaking down old programming, old ideas, and just really taking control now. Saying all that crap is done. I have to get rid of the past. I have to let it all go. I got to put it all to rest. And while I'm doing that, I can take information and keep it if I want. And I can get rid of information forever. And it's still in my bank of information. But it's not like it's just marked good or bad. Do I want to use it? Do I not want to use it? Do I just need to remember this so I can divert it next time and deflect stuff from other humans and whatnot? But I'm just understanding, dude, everything has been exactly the way it's supposed to be. And I have so much peace in that. Like, just to understand that, like, all of it, every bit of it, is exactly the way it was supposed to. And it did happen exactly the way it did. All of it. And they were all for lessons. Yes, they all have consequences. But those consequences are exactly what had to happen. Because without consequences, you can't grow. And whether the consequences are good or bad, that has nothing to do with anything. But you grow from every consequence. If you perform something and there's a good consequence, you're going to do it again. You're going to figure out how you made that equation and keep acting it out until it fails. If you have bad consequences, you're going to look at that equation and say, well, I'm not going to do that again because it doesn't work and it gives me bad consequences. And that's what this journey has been. But the only thing is, like, I'm taking time to look at all these equations. I'm making new equations. I'm trying to see if things work and don't work. I'm going to places and meeting people. Man. And just doing everything. Like, just doing it all. Like, I don't even care, bro. Whatever happens, happens. And I know it'll be okay. And if it's my time, it's my time. And, it is what it is. And if the point of all of this is for other people and just for me to enjoy life while my life lasts, to be in peace before my life ends, I'm okay with that. And then once my life is gone, if my stuff can help people, then it can help people. And that's kind of what I'm understanding. Because everything had to happen exactly the way it was, and everything's going to happen exactly the way it's supposed to. And whatever I signed up for, I signed up for. And I know that I made the best choice for me. I did whatever I could do to impact the most human beings, because I understood that if I did not impact the most human beings, I wouldn't have done that act. I wouldn't have done those things. Because yes, in order for me to be the best human being that I could be, I have to be selfless. In order to be selfless, you have to be selfish. And so I knew that. I know that I know that. I knew that I knew that before. And I know that my ultimate goal would be that. To be selfless. So everything that I'm doing now, which seems selfish, but it has to be selfish so I can be selfless. And it's fun, man. It's fun. Because now it's just like, I don't know how it's going to play out. But I'm ready to accept whatever my next role is, my next path, my next journey. And whatever it was, it's meant to be. And it will be fun. It will be exciting. And it'll be just as crazy as this last year and a half, if not more crazy. Because it's going to be unbelievable. And because it feels like a dream. It feels like a dream. Because I've came so far. Dude, I've came so far. And it's weird because it's almost like a mere reflection of before I was by myself. Not thinking about anything. Just existing. Now, I'm by myself. Not thinking about anything. But just existing. But that existing now is different than the existing before. The existing now is like I do have purpose, and the purpose is me. I do have love because I love me. I have knowledge because I have knowledge inside of me. And I had it all before. I had it all before. But my eyes were outward. And now my eyes are in. They're looking at me. They're studying me. They're loving me. They're judging me. And everything that I do is for the future. And I don't really look about it like that, other than right now in this moment. But everything is for the future. Because I know if I don't do anything, if I do nothing now, then the future will not change. Or whatever I do now in the moment, it does affect the future. So I want the most positive equations. I want the most positive answers. I just want the best for the future. So I'm doing what I have to do now in the present. Because that's all I can control. Because the past is over. The past is done. I can't go back and change it. I can only learn from it. You know, and then I use the knowledge from the past to help steer myself in the future. And that's just kind of the process it is, but it's like I'm just understanding and happy about everything, man. Like I said, dude, I just had to, even if I had just one little bitty test today, which I had more than one test, but one test stood out. And as soon as I was trying to figure something out, and I was like, you know what, screw this, dude. Like, whatever, just get somebody else to do it. Like, I don't have time for this. I know my lane. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm not capable of. And that's a huge growing thing for me. Like, it may not make sense to anybody else, but for me, it's a big deal. For me to just give something away and just like, nah, nope. Can't do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna waste my time. Not gonna pretend to be able to solve a problem. I can solve it. Take me long. But my time is too precious. And that's what I'm understanding. Is like, no matter what happens, like, Dude, my time is precious because it's mine. And I can't just give it away. Like, I can't. But yeah, dude, man, just kind of looking back at the year and a half, or however long it's been, I don't really know. I just say year and a half, I don't know. Probably by now it's been a year and a half. And it's like, dude, everything was so crazy. Everything was so crazy. Everything was exactly how it had to be. Everything was lessons. Everything was getting me to this point today when I sit in my truck and I reminisce over the year and a half, over the journey, and I start walking through day by day, task by task, and going, man, that was a mere reflection of this latest task because I failed. And it wasn't that I failed, I chose it because I needed to feel it one last time. So I could make up my mind that I did not want to do this. I don't want to do it. I'm capable of doing it, and I could do it fast if I wanted to do it fast, but it doesn't matter. It's not worth it to me. That's not how I'm going to live my life anymore. My life is going a totally different direction. My life is going to mean something, and all that other crap meant nothing. It helped 2 people, 3 people maybe. And did it help them? Not really, in the sense that I look at things. Yes, it gave them more money, but it meant nothing for me. Because money is just whatever. You know, and I come to realize that money is nothing. Like, money doesn't buy me happiness. Yeah, it buys me a little bit of complacency. That's what it buys me. It takes away a little bit of worry. But honestly, I'm not worried about anything right now. And I should be. You know? But not really, actually. But, you know, I don't stress it. I just have to adapt. You know, I just adapt. I change the way I do things. Real quick, on the drop of a dime. Like, I can adapt so quick. In a matter of minutes, in a day. It's so weird. I can adapt in a second, honestly. And it only takes a few seconds for me to adapt. Know how to face this task and change instantly. And be okay with it. That's why the skill of walking away from human beings, to me, it's not even that. I say it that way and it sucks. But that skill is something different. It's bigger than that. Sometimes I equate it to humans because I had to do it growing up. And I had to do it in the capacity of who I am. Because I give so much that's my biggest downfall. The innocentness of me, the loving nature of me, the endless hope, and the grace. That the only way I can walk away is when I build up enough resentment from that person. Then I have to just disappear. I have to leave. I can't. I don't know. Like, it's just pointless at that point. And, you know, whatever. For me, it's probably double-sided. You know, a lot of times my miscommunication or not being able to stand up for myself and stuff like that. So that was the way that I did it in the past. But it's also gave me the skill to change and adapt instantly. And that's what I think the skill more is the ability to change and adapt instantly and just reshape, create a new world instantly. That's what Little Hoss had to do growing up. He was just, I called him a world breaker, but he was a world maker too. Because it was one step for him. It was instant. This is it. Break the old world, step into the new one and create it. And that's one of the biggest and baddest skills that Hoss has. And that's to create a world and destroy the one that he came from. He leaps from worlds to worlds. And I do it all the time. I still do it now, and that's probably the cycle. You know, I look at it as a cycle. Maybe you could look at it like seasons. I look at them as cycles because I create these worlds, and I just now realizing that I've been doing it probably created 4 in the last year. Where I would create a world, I would step into it, I would live it, I would learn my lessons in it, And then I would shatter that one to make room for a new one. And then I would jump into the new world and live that way instantly at the drop of a dime. And it's not good or bad. It's just the way I do things. And for me, it's just new. It's fresh. It's information. It's my dopamine burst. Like, I have to have this rush of information. Like, the overwhelmingness of all new life. Like, I instantly change. Like, it's so weird how I can just break cycles so quick. And I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's how I do it. That's why that's why I need, at some point I'll have that one person in me who's going to be able to just stay with me, you know? And even when I shatter and break worlds, you know, I'll be hung on one world forever after that, to help stop me, you know? Like, I think it's weird. I mean, this is kind of weirdish, but I kind of think about, like, the time traveler's wife. And I kind of look at myself like that, where it's like I'm jumping through time, I'm jumping through space, through worlds. But I need that constant there, always. Because I need to be able to come back. I need something to hold me back, to bring me back, to tether me to the ground, and to keep me grounded. And, because I need that stability in another human being. And I understand that I have to have stability on myself, but my stability is me. And if I'm jumping from worlds to worlds, and not, you know, crazy talk way, but I'm just saying, like, jumping like whole cycles, whole way of being, you know, over and over again. And I've done this since I was little. That it's like, I do need that steady person. And that's why I can only have one. That's why I can only give away what I say I can give away. And it's, you know, and you could say that maybe that's like a weird personality thing, and it probably is. I mean, I don't have different personalities. I do not. I do have the mimic gene. But now that I've given myself time, I've rooted myself and grounded myself in this vessel. And I know who I am. But it doesn't mean that I'm still not shattering worlds outside of me over and over again. And I'm not, because that's my purpose. It's just jump into a new world, get into a new cycle, touch as many people in that world as I can, give them what they need, give them chances to grow, give them the information to grow, show them that it is possible to do it, and then fucking bounce once my time is done. And then have to do another cycle so I can get a whole nother group of people in my world. Like, that's me. That's the purpose of Cody. I'm a wanderer. I'm a wanderer. That's what ranger means, is a wanderer. My first truck was a Ranger. A lot of things in my life I call Rangers. My dog was a Ranger. I'm a wanderer. I've always been a wanderer. I've always been a helper. It's me. But even if I'm a wanderer, I still need that one person, that one ground, that one thing that I can always look back to. Because I've never really had it. You know, I could say it would be my mom, but even then it wasn't. She was never really that thing. I was tied to her because I surrendered to her. And I don't think that's wrong or bad, because whatever. Because I'll probably do it one more time. It just seems the way that I have to do things. It's just the way I was bred. It was the life that I chose. And it's not good or bad, it's just me. And I know that. I know that. I know a lot about me, man. And it's fun, dude. It's fun as hell. It's fun as hell giving yourself time. It's fun questioning yourself, like, and being able to question yourself. It's fun beating yourself, like tricking yourself. Maybe I'm a jokester, maybe I'm sly. I know I'm slyer than I think I am. I'm a lot of things. I'm all things. That's what I'm saying. That's what I keep saying is everyone is all things. Everyone can do anything that they want to do. It just takes time. And it takes justification in the brain. You just have to justify what you're doing and you'll figure it out. You want to do whatever, like you just got to justify it with yourself. The repercussions are real. You know? So it's up to you. You know, maybe they affect people, maybe they don't, but I don't know, it's fun. And the painting I did was crazy. Like, a lot of times I post a picture of my painting, and but the process of my painting is big, because sometimes during the process I paint things I don't like them, I cover them up. And a lot of times that's part of the paint, that's part of the painting in itself, but it has to be there for a reason, especially for the emotion that I'm going through. And like this, what I ended up painting, it ended up being again two human beings standing in front of each other. I wouldn't even know if they're human beings. They don't look like human beings. They look more like animals. It's weird. Like for some reason, like I don't draw human faces. Like they tend to be weird shaped, like creatures. I don't know what that means. Other than, I could consider myself being a horse. I can consider myself being something different. A different species maybe. And I think maybe genetically, I think we're all different. Like that. Kind of like the difference between a species and a family and whatnot in the animal kingdom. But who knows, to be honest with you. No one really knows. I don't even know what blood type I am. I need to figure that out at some point. I don't know nothing. Like, that's what's so crazy. It's like I went through life like I don't know any of these things about myself because I was so busy looking out. And I have no idea. I probably need to go get that checked just so I know. But whatever. So my painting ended up being, it's always two people like across from each other, looking into each other, super close, and like maybe touching hands, holding hands, and then it ended up to being what it was. And I didn't really like it too much. And then at the end, I just like, you know what? Boom, boom. I put white and black because I always do that. It's always a duality for me. It's always opposites. Because that's my life. That's been my life since I was born. It's never going to change. That's the one thing that I know for sure. Is that I have walked a life where I did see white and black. Well, I was born into darkness and had to surrender to light, to white. And there's no one on the face of the earth that can talk to me and come up to me and say, Cody, you're wrong. No. I am completely right because I was born into darkness and surrendered to white. So my whole life has been based on that. I have a pair of white sunglasses. I have a pair of black sunglasses. I wear them, just depends on whatever I grab that day. It's my life. It's been my life struggle since I was born. It's both, the duality. And I know more than anybody else that that's real. The good and the bad, the light and the dark. Life and death. Here and not here. Like, that's my life. Fantasy and real. Or what I can see and what I believe. The invisible, the visible. Everything is opposites. And that's what I've lived in. That's what I've been my whole life. Struggling in between there, double-minded. And not knowing until now. You know, that it's in the middle. In the middle. That's life. The invisible is real. And so is what you can see. The sunset was fire. My painting was cool. I got done and I was like, nah, this ain't it. And then I just took the white paint and dripped it on there. I took the black paint, just dripped it on there. Took my little knife, boom, boom. Whatever it is, it is. And it's perfect the way it is. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Because like I felt like I messed up on this painting. But I understand that it's not what I'm drawing. It's the randomness that makes my painting what it is. If I try and put stuff in it, it's just not good. But if I randomly just let my body do what it wants to do and the paint do what it wants to do in the time that I'm doing it, it turns out crazy. It turns out random. It turns out perfect. But when I go and try and mess with that purpose, it's not what it's supposed to be. It's understanding that the world is bigger than me. The universe is bigger than me. Time is bigger than me. And then I just have to free flow through it. And I don't have to physically do any actions other than just move myself through this time. And whatever's supposed to happen will happen. And I have to accept that. And that's where peace comes. But peace only comes because I'm capable of understanding that no matter what does happen, I can instantly adapt. I'm more than equipped to face whatever I need to face. Because if I couldn't handle it, I would never face it. You know, all these ideas are the same as in the Bible. It's the same thing. If God, you know, they say if you're facing something, God wouldn't have put it there if you couldn't handle it. I mean, all these religious things they're the same. But God's bigger than one religion. The Creator, whoever created this, whoever created this system for us, whoever created how all this works, whoever created the human body, how it links together and creates life. How when we touch each other, our emotions, our energy intertwines and we affect each other. With invisible crap, with energy, with emotions, stuff we can't even frickin' see. Whoever created us is smarter than us, knows more than us, can see the invisible, understands the invisible. Who knows who's around us right now? You know? That's what I'm saying. But I do know that I just walk. And I'm at peace. But like I said, I'm only at peace because I've given myself time. And I love myself. I trust myself now. I understand, yeah, I can get mad. I can have emotions. I can be down. I can be up. My emotions were a little weird, man. I got through doing a yoga session. And during that time, like, whatever, like, I was shaking pretty hard, and, you know, I mean, it's whatever, it's 125 degrees from there, so your body just does whatever, it kind of stresses it, and frees some stuff up, man, and as soon as my body started shaking and all this crap, like, I just started getting overwhelmed, like I wanted to cry. I didn't today, but it's just like an overwhelming feeling like I needed to cry about something. I started to just, like, feel these overwhelming emotions just escape my body, just be loosened up and just let go. I don't know what it was. But like I said, I just know that I store things so tight. Like I've always just been so compact. You know, I've always just been so just ready to just pop you in the face. You know, like just I got energy like you ain't never seen. You know, and I've always just been holding back my whole life. holding back because I never wanted to hurt people because I know if I let go, it's gonna be a problem. And I've just been like this my whole life, and so I don't know, man. I just know I still got stuff stored up in me, and emotions, and that's what they say, like, neuroscientists and all them, and they've come to learn that memory is not even stored in your brain. Your short-term memory is, but memory is stored in your cells, and it's infinite. Well, we don't really know how much you can store in it, but it's a damn lot. It's more than we can, more than we understand, more than our lifetime at least. Max potential, max whatever, capacity. And that's why when you shake and you dance and you cry, like you shiver, because you're breaking up that stuff, and it's stored in your memory or in your cells, and you got to shake that stuff up, and get it out. And your body remembers everything, and each part of your body stores different things, different emotions. And there's studies on it. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, but whatever. They say, like, when you're suppressed, you have lung problems. I was suppressed, I had lung problems. I'm just going with the information that I've read, and then, I had asthma, I was suppressed, whatever. Or your mother problems. I don't know. Stuff like that, Hips store certain things, and whatever. So it's just like, the world's so much bigger than we know. And it's just, when I talk, it's like all this information comes out of me. From my whole life that I've just looked, watched, heard information. And it makes sense based on the correlations with my body and what I'm going through and what I'm seeing with my eyes and hearing and feeling. And it just brings it back to how things have started, how therapy started, how doctors started. Like, it's just people experimenting and then doing things over and over again. And then, who knows, now we got colleges based on stuff. The other humans just talked it out. And that's life. That's cool. That's why humans are so fire, man, because we can just do anything and all things. It just takes time. Whatever, my painting was pretty cool, though. I wasn't happy with it, and then now I'm happy with it just from a couple drops of paint, And it just says so much about everything, about the emotions, because it looks like a girl dancing, skipping in front and holding a man's hand on the way, like, and he's just behind her skipping, like, going with her. And it's like that. I didn't plan that. I literally just dropped paint on the canvas and then took my knife and there it goes. Like, it's fire. I don't know, man. I gotta figure out that stuff. But yeah, the yoga session was cool, man, and it overwhelmed me for a second because I was just like, dude, And plus, like, what's cool is, like, I'm letting myself shake. I'm kind of surrendering to it. It's super weird. Like, I'm letting myself shake like crazy because I know what it's doing, and it's freeing stuff up. It's loosening me up, dude. I was so much more limber today than I was a month ago. And it's like, dude, I haven't worked out or stretched or did yoga for a month, and then, like, I come in there and I can do things that I couldn't do before, and I'm like, this is freaking fire, But my body's getting healthier on its own, like, because I'm giving it time, I'm loving it, I'm believing in it now, and it's responding. I'm treating it the way it needs to be treated, and it's responding. Because me and him are one now, where before we were on opposite pages. Or maybe we weren't on opposite pages. We were just, my body was just doing whatever the hell it wanted. Probably trying to kill myself with it. Like, let myself get fat and all that stuff. Like, my body was probably going, well, if this is what you want to do, I'm going to just do whatever you want to do and let you be fat and unhealthy and all this crap. Dude, it's weird. It's weird what's happened over my year and a half. I mean, my body literally, like, emptied my liver one day. Like, over, it's about 3 days. It emptied all the bile out. And, like, I was scared. Like, I called my sister and was like, do I need to go to the hospital? She's like, If it doesn't change in one more day, then go. And I went back, and then it was fine. Like, it started, whatever, but I was like, because I read up online what was going on, and it's like my body just did that. It just cleansed me on its own when I started loving myself and giving myself time. Like, it's just ridiculous what's going on. Like, it makes zero sense, but it makes all the sense in the same. It's like my body's like, dude, you ready to play now? You ready to get that restart? You ready to feel good? You ready to feel like you're 18 again? You quit playing around, wasting your life? You ready to have a second chance? I'm like, yes. Let's do this. Let's have fun. Let's run laps around people. Who cares? Be stronger than them and still smaller than all of them. Let's just have fun. Let's be the best me. Whatever that is. But it's been crazy, man. Meeting people, talking to people. The conversations I've had with people over the last year and a half. It's been crazy. Meeting human beings and hanging out with them and learning about them and learning their stories and watching them change and trying to help them through stuff and just like watching people start to take responsibility for themselves and then watching other people do opposite things and like watching people go through things and just like, damn, man. Like, everyone's going through some type of journey. And it's just me to be the middleman. Just give inspiration, just give light, just give an ear. Just listen. And then reflect for them. Just be a mirror for them. That's it. But in order for me to be a mirror, I have to be able to be a mirror. Like, so I had to be the best version of myself so I can mirror people in my best ability. The best capacity. The cleanest. But understanding that I have to have light and dark to mirror people. Because I have to mirror the darkness too. And I have to mirror the light. I have to reflect both. And so in order for me to reflect both, I have to be both. And maybe the rest of the world doesn't have to be like I am. And maybe the rest of the world can't roll the fence like I can. Maybe the rest of the world's not capable to be like I am. Maybe the rest of the world's not capable of putting one hand in the fire and one hand in ice. They both burn. You know? They both burn. I like the burn. One's outer skin and one's whatever. It just doesn't matter. I can do both. I'm capable of both. I don't know, but I know I have to be both. I have to know both, good and bad, light and dark. I have to draw from both. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it is what it is. You know what's crazy is because a lot of times I have to mirror people, their actions to me. And so if those actions are negative, I have to mirror negative actions back to them. And so it kind of sucks because then it makes me feel like the bad guy. But it's just because ultimately I don't like to do that to people, but I got to do what I got to do. You know, you're going to be mean to me, I got to be mean back. It's just part of it. So I can show you what you're doing. It brings me back to little kids, man. It brings me back to two little kids playing, like when you're a little kid and your sister's older than you and you just copycat her. She gets so pissed. That other person just gets so pissed. Mom, Cody's copying me. Dude, I used to do that stuff all the time when I was little, man. I used to just mirror people so hard. Mom, Cody's copying me. And it pisses you off. Because you realize how crazy you're acting. How funny you're acting. How childish you're acting. And it hurts your pride. And it hurts your ego. But ultimately, it's just for the best. So you quit doing it. Yeah, you reach out to your mom to get the other kid to stop. Or you could just quit doing something. Quit doing what you're doing, and the kid will quit mimicking you. Quit doing what you're doing, and Cody won't mimic you anymore. Be better. Figure out what you're doing. Face that pride and ego. And change it. You know what's crazy is a lot of times I mimic people, and I mimic them based on previous actions. Not the action that they're taking now towards me. But I will do, I don't know how I do this, but I mimic everything that they've done to somebody else already. Dude, and that really gets them. Because they don't understand what's going on. They're like, wait a minute, I remember this because I did this to another human being. And it scares the living shit out of me. Because I know how it made me feel when I did it. And then I would do the exact same thing. And it's just part of the process. It's part of who I am as a person. It's part of my purpose. And it's so crazy, like, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't think anyone will believe me, can believe me, or understand because they've not walked in my shoes and they haven't seen my perspective on life. They don't know. But I know this for sure that when I'm sitting here talking now, like all this stuff is coming up for a reason. Yes, and the grandiose statements because they're mine and they're real. And that's why it's funny. This is why it's like it is what it is. I don't get it. I just know that I have to be the one. I have to be the one to push. I have to be the crazy one. Because they're crazy. You're crazy. You just don't know it. And it's okay to be crazy, but I gotta look like I'm crazy, even though I'm not. I'm the most sane I've ever been. I am the most sane person in the world right now, probably. Because I constantly do new stuff every single day. I don't do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Yes, I paint every day. Yes, I talk every day. But every talk is different. Every talk is new information. Every painting is different. Everything I do is different. Every day I'm growing. Every day I'm a new human being. With more information than the day before. Every day I'm stronger. Every day I'm getting healthier. Every day I'm getting younger. And that's a grandiose statement, but I'm going to say it. Whatever. Every day I'm getting younger. I'm Benjamin Button in this. I talked to a guy. I talked to somebody. Who was I talking to? And we talked about it. I was like, I felt like I grew up early in a weird way, and then I'm Benjamin Button in this. I'm rolling back to look at life like a child. And I talked to a woman yesterday at the store. Like, we talked for a minute, and I told her, I was like, dude, I'm running around acting like a child again. Like, but in doing that, like, I love so much. I found peace. Like, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying life now. I have no fear. There's no point of having any fear. Like, fear about what? Like, what's the worst that could happen? I'm not here anymore. Because every day that I'm here still, like, that's a blessing. I have time. I get to breathe. I get to feel oxygen go into my lungs. Feels good. I'm alive. Like, I have no fear. I was on a ladder the other day and a brief second of fear, and I said, this is stupid. Because whatever happens, happens. If I fall, who cares? I'll deal with it. I'll make it through. If I'm still here, I'm still here. That's freaking fire. If not, it is what it is. I can't dwell on that anymore. And that is weird because, I talk about, like, some of the beauty of life is death, right? I get it. But that's just the first step. That's the first step of you understanding the whole bigger process. It's like sometimes we need those extremes. All the time we need those extremes to gauge life. So when you're alive, you're happy, you're sad, whatever. But when you're dead, you're gone forever. So it gives you that urgency to start focusing and growing and learning as much as you can about the life that you're in, that you're given, the time that you're given. But then once you start learning, once you start giving yourself time, once you start to understand that you're not in control the way you think you're in control, that something else is controlling everything else. It's controlled chaos. But once you start understanding that, you just have to accept. You have to accept that you're not in control of everything else. And that you are just only in control of your perception, really. That's it. You're only in control of your perception, the way you see things. And how you act those things out. And so you just understand that, like, it's out of your control. Like, if you can't run from death. Because when death comes, death comes. There's nothing that can stop it. You have no power over that. When your time is done, your time is done. So all you can control is your perception now. And what you do now. So you just have to live it up. You just have to live it up. No regrets. And then when you get to the no regret thing, you're like, well, shit, all I can control is now. So I have to live for now. And then you start to understand that the past is perfect. Because I can't live in regret. Because if I live in regret, if I live in the past, then I can't do shit now because it paralyzes me in the past. And then I give up control to the past. And so then my perception of the now is not the now, but it's the perception of the past. Which the past is perfect, and I can't do anything about it other than look at it, learn lessons, so I can do better in the present. So I don't waste time doing the things that I did in the past that didn't turn out good now. So I don't fall in a relationship with someone like I did in the past now. So I don't get treated by humans and my mom and my dad, my brothers and my sisters and people taking advantage of me like they did in the past, so it doesn't affect me now. So I don't waste time in the now to relationships like that. So I don't get abused. So I don't let my kids get abused. Because I've seen it. I know what happens. So I can keep my kids out of crap like that. Because I lived it. I didn't get love back then in the past, so now I know how to do it now in the present. I didn't love my mom enough in the past, so now I know now in the present I don't ever have to do that again. I can always make sure and love people and give people the time that they deserve. Because I learned that lesson. Because that lesson was in the past. Because I've already gone through that step. I've already gone through that journey. I've already gone through that experience. I'm not dwelling on it. I just look at it when I need to remind me of the stuff in the equation so I can X that equation out. I don't want that crap in my equation. I don't want those experiences again. I can stop them right now. I can cut people out of my life for eternity. So I don't fall back into that trap. Because I'm the one in control, not them. If I go back to those people that I had for 35 years, I'm going to be walking back into the past. Where they have their broken ideas, their dominance and their power, their authority, their narcissism over top of me. Which narcissism is what it is. We need to have narcissists in the world to help us grow. And to help us learn how to set boundaries. We have to understand what a narcissist is, because we all have those qualities. They're good qualities. They're for a reason. But people take them to the extreme. Remember, we're supposed to be able to bounce into all these qualities. You think about like people that go to war. Like when you go to war, I don't know, I've never been. I'm just saying when you go to these situations, you get these situations. Sometimes you got to become a psychopath to survive. Because it's life or death, right? And you're trying to preserve yourself. Like that's why we have these things in our brain. That's why we have emotions. That's why we have these ways of living. The problem is, when you stay in some kind of extreme, that's when the problem happens. So it's okay to be freaking super controlling sometimes. You need to be. Like you need to control, like say you're the first child and you got like 6 brothers and sisters. You got to be pretty controlling to keep those kids alive, keep them safe, keep them quiet, keep them from destroying the house. But then as soon as you get older, you need to roll off of that. You don't have to control everyone anymore. But you get stuck in that mindset. It's okay to be controlled. It's okay to control your life. It's okay to control your house, make it pretty, make it clean. It's okay to control your kids, son, because you're trying to keep them safe. But you can't be that way all the time with every single human being that you meet. It's not going to fly. But all these skills, all these emotions, all these things are needed for a reason. Otherwise, we wouldn't have them. You know? Maybe you should, whatever. Some people black out when they get angry. I don't know. I mean, in some situations, like, that would be valid. You would need that. You would need this superhuman strength that using the jungle and there's a lion coming after your family, like, do what you got to do. You black out. You freaking go psychopath. You destroy things, like, to survive. You keep your family alive. Like, this is why we are the way we are. This is why we have these emotions. But sometimes, we get stuck in them. We get complacent in them. Sometimes we like it because it comes with power a lot of times. We start getting things that we want. And then we just live in those things forever. Because it worked. See, there you go. Working out an equation and the repercussions come out the way that you want them to. And then you keep doing that. And then at some point you don't really understand or care how it affects other people because you're getting the results that you want and need. So then you're stuck being like this. You're stuck being a controlling person because your whole life it worked. And then at some point you just really don't care what happens to other people or how it affects. You don't even look at that anymore because you justify it in your head. And you don't really care how other people feel. You don't even look at that. You don't care that you're making people feel uneasy. You're messing with them. You're hurting their feelings. All because you're so freaking controlling. Got people that quit working underneath you because you're so freaking controlling. And they can't face it anymore. And you don't even care. You think it's them that did something wrong, not you. But maybe it's you. Maybe you need to look at yourself and the way you're doing things. You don't have any friends? Maybe look at yourself and see why not. Think about it. You don't have any friends, you don't have any girlfriends, you don't have any guy friends. I don't know, maybe look at yourself. I get it. I know why I have friends and don't have friends. I get it. I also don't need people either. Really, in a sense. And I'm a single person. But that's because my whole life. I don't know, maybe I'll have a lot more friends in the future, probably. And I do now, honestly. I have more people. We don't hang out all the time, but they're busy, married, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm single, so it's a little bit different. Whatever. I got whatever. But yeah, I'm sure I do stuff that too. But I also don't give my time to a lot of people either. So I know why I don't have a lot of friends. But, you know. That's what I'm saying. We just gotta look. Like, all these emotions and stuff is real, man. But now you look at the mental health issue, and it's like, what's happening? Why is more people having mental health issues now? Yes, number one, because now they exist. I'll give you that. But it's like, what happened? Where did you stay in that health statement? You know? Like, why, you know, what is it? Is it the food? Does that help? Is it our attention spans? Is it all this information? You know, I have an idea that, like, people that are really empathetic, like I know this, dude. Like, dude, I can't even watch stuff. Dude, I watched a video of a little girl, like, freaking crying the other night. Dude, and it tore me up, bro. It tore me up. Like, I can't even... Like, I'm so damn empathetic, dude. Like, it just eats me alive. Like, she was, like, in pain. God, she was trying to walk. Oh, my goodness. Like, and I was just like... I had to watch it because I was like, you know what? I got to see what this does to me. Because, like, instantly when I turned it on, I was like, holy crap. It instantly triggered me into it. And then I could just freaking feel her pain. And then, like, so I just sat there and was, like, trying to just watch... Just like, that's not real. There's no way that I'm physically getting sick to my stomach and, like, flipping, like, I'm getting sick right now. But whatever. So, yeah, I mean, what if you're just so damn empathetic that you've been watching so much TV since you've been growing up, your emotions are being programmed and you're just being pulled all your whole life to have crazy emotions, to be kind of bipolar, because, like, you're grabbing everyone's emotions all the time. That's what you programmed your body to do over time since you were little, was to just, like, reflect everyone's emotions. And so by the time you're a freaking adult, like, you can't manage it because your body's so used to jumping back and forth, trying to just freaking mimic the world. And so, like, your emotions are uncontrolled because you created so many neural pathways. Like, now they're just huge rivers, and so it's just, like, triggering all the time. It's so easy to be just flip because you're just empathetic, because you're always looking outside of yourself. And so, like, the cure for this is by giving yourself time and taking your eyes off the rest of the world and giving yourself time back on yourself. Yeah, it's going to be a battle. Yeah, it's going to be hard. But once you can take your focus off of other human beings and truly focus on yourself, and the only way you can truly focus on yourself is if you speak, if you talk to yourself, if you give yourself time and you listen and hear yourself. You can't just sit there and live in a world that you've been living in your whole life. That's the whole point. You have to do the opposite, because you have to destroy the old neural pathways and create new ones. So if you've been creating stories and an overthinker your whole life, now you got to talk, because you have to create new neural pathways that are stronger than the old ones and that can break those down. And so now you have to freaking talk every day, speak, and then program and hear yourself, listen to it, record it, and then hear yourself talk all day long. Just do it for a period of time. Do it for a week and see what happens. And then keep doing it. You gotta learn to love yourself. You gotta learn to enjoy yourself. You gotta freaking listen to yourself and be like, holy crap, I'm fun, I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm getting stronger every day. And then you start asking questions, and at first it sucks, but sooner or later you're gonna start just wanting the best for yourself, because you really start to enjoy giving yourself time. And you're going to be like, why did I never do this before? Because I'm fire. And then you're a 10. If you want to use a rating system, then you're a real 10. And then you're going to understand that the rating system doesn't matter, because you walk through this world and no one else around you is like you. And then you start changing people. Because they look at you and they're like, man, I thought she was a 10 before. Now she's freaking 25. Now he's at 25. Or whatever. He's confident. He's got this energy about him. He doesn't care about nothing. He's always so positive. He's always listening to me. He always looks at me. He always waves. He peace signs me. I really feel like he cares. He stares me in the eyes when I talk to him. He's really intrigued. He really does care. How do you get like that? He never makes fun of anybody. He fucking leaves when we start making fun of people. He always tries to help people out. He always just leaves. Like, he just is. He's always smiling. And sometimes he's not. But he's real. He's the best version of himself. He always puts down his phone when I come to talk to him. It's all about giving yourself time. In order to be selfless, you gotta be selfish. I don't know, man. I think we can change the world. We just gotta give ourselves time. Quit surrendering your power to TV, movies. Just for a little bit. And you can go back if you want in the future, but you gotta take back your life. Give yourself life. Focus on yourself. A little bit a day. An hour a day. 30 minutes a day. I guarantee you you're going to do more than that. Man, I did a yoga pose a day, dude, and every time I do it, man, it messes up my lymph nodes. But she's like, it works on your lymph nodes. It activates them, so I don't know. I need to maybe just keep doing that pose every day. Get them lymph nodes on the thyroid movement or whatever the hell it is. It's always weird. It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like now I look back at like all this extra stuff in the world. Like when you're like a Christian, like, like yoga and all that's bad, you know? And then now I'm like, but why would it be bad? I'm literally just standing there, like, working out. Giving myself time. How is that bad? Like, what do you mean? I'm not allowed to touch my toes? I'm gonna go to hell if I touch my toes? You serious, bro? Think about it. Use your head. I can't tie my shoes. I can do lunges, but I can't do lunges without weights, or I can't stand in a lunge pose because I'm gonna go to hell because it's evil. You serious? Think about this stuff. It's bigger than that. It's all control. It's all control by man. It really is. And a lot of it really has to do is because everyone's a freaking sheep. And no one wants to do anything on their own. You know, no one has the capacity to make a right decision for themselves. And it's not that you don't have the capacity to do it. You just don't give yourself time and think about it logically. You got to give yourself time. Run a pro and cons list. Does this affect other human beings? Is this negative or positive? What are the results? What are the consequences of everything that I do? It's very simple. Life is simple. Every choice you make is simple. Literally. And we have freaking supercomputer brains, dude. Instantly. Quicker than your iPhone. 7000. Ask yourself questions. It'll give you an answer. Should I do this? Should I date her? Should I date him? Should I steal this? It will tell you. Just ask. Give yourself time. I'm telling you, man, it's the only way. Physically talking to yourself and listening. It's the only thing that makes sense. Oh man, today was cool. I can't wait to listen to this talk, man. I have no idea what I talked about. I'm kind of blank right now about what I just did, what I talked about. Like I said, the yoga kind of pushed some stuff out of me, and I'm kind of just blank. I'm at peace. I'm happy, actually. Well, I'm content. I'm at peace. I don't know what happy is technically still, kind of. I don't really know that emotion. I grin all the time, just out of nowhere, and laugh. Like, I don't know if that's happy or not. That's just me. I drive down the road and nothing's in my head, but I smile. So I don't know what that is. Like, there's nothing to be like laugh about, but I'm laughing. Like, I don't know what it is. I sit in here and I talk. I get excited because I'm fixing to talk. I don't know what's going to come out. I'm excited. I'm giving myself time. I guess I'm happy. I'm happy to be here in my truck, I guess. It just is. It's fun. It's exciting. I get to listen to this multiple times before I go to sleep, and then all day tomorrow. So it's like, I don't know, man. Like, what's better than listening to yourself? Nothing. What's better than giving yourself time? Nothing. What's better than growing? Nothing. What's better than playing with yourself, like, and when you're a little kid, like, you're playing in your imagination by yourself. My little brother used to do it all the time, and like, they were having so much fun. Like, when you watch a little kid playing his imagination, like, he's doing whatever, man. He's on the moon. He's freaking fighting ninjas and playing army men, like, in his brain. Like, there's nothing there, dude. Like, dude, there's nothing there. You're just, but they're playing. They're having so much fun. And nothing can stop them. Nothing can pull them out of that. Like, they don't care what anybody else is saying or doing. They're in there going to town playing Army Man or freaking Captain Planet, Power Rangers, Beetleborgs, or whatever that was. Transformers, G.I. Joes, Polly Pocket, I don't know. Barbies, like, they're just having fun. They're just enjoying themselves and whatever stories they're creating, whatever world that they're freaking creating, whatever door that they opened and walked into. That's just nothing but peace, love, and joy. But how do they do that? Like, giving themselves time. And then we become adults and we make fun of kids. We tell them they're dumb. There's nothing there. We break them. We break them so bad that all they do is they start looking outwards to make sure that they don't hurt people. They don't freaking make people upset by them playing by themselves. They start caring what everyone else in the world thinks. And we destroy their imagination. Because they found out that if they play in their imagination, people make fun of them. But my dad doesn't like it when I play in my imagination. He calls me stupid. He laughs at me, so I'm going to quit playing my imagination. Where that's the answer the whole time. It's like just giving yourself time. Playing in your imagination. Creating whatever you want to create. Got some reds and blues. And then now I'm an adult and I'm going, that's the answer. The little kids came out the womb knowing. As soon as they can walk, they're playing in their imagination, seeing things that we can't even see. Enjoying life with nothing. Having fun with nothing. Knowing that they don't need nothing to be happy. They don't need toys to be happy because they got their imagination until we destroy them and feed them toys and stuff. So they look for their excitement from external sources instead of themselves. This whole system, toys are us. Literally, it says it right there. Either toys or us. You have to choose. Play with toys, and or play with us. With whatever your God gave you, whatever you came out the womb with, your imagination, this freaking supercomputer. It's all a scam, man. The whole world is a scam to get your eyes looking everywhere else. When all the answers are inside you. All of them. Every single one. Which leads me to my greatest point. That whoever created me left an instruction manual inside of me. My creator left something in me to tell me how to control this thing, how to fix this thing, how to love this thing, how to operate this thing in the best capacity ever. But if I never look, if I never dig, if I never give myself time, how the hell am I supposed to know? And the world knows this. The people in power know this. The money system is this. To distract you. To keep you wanting external sources of entertainment, of pleasure, distractions. So you don't give yourself time. Because when you start looking back at yourself, you unplug yourself from the matrix. Because the matrix is everywhere that you see. Except inside you. Because everything inside you is contained by this skin. By the electrons, by the energy that comes off of you. That's why the food's the way it is, so it can, Trojan horse you from the inside. Why do you think it's called the condoms are called Trojans? Huh? There's probably crap on condoms anyways. It's like when they go inside whatever. Chemicals or whatnot. The Trojan horse. You let it come in. Literally. Putting plastic in there. Have fun. Dude, everything in this world is a freaking distraction. Everything is made to keep you from looking at yourself. Everything. This world's crazy, bro. I'm telling you, the answer to everything is in you. The answer to every problem is inside you. Go get it. Go get it. Love y'all. Peace.